My name is Hymie. I've been selling on Amazon for 12 years, always private label, launching new products. I'm not sure if I have the same amount of time as the last speaker, but I'm gonna try to rush through it, but if I have extra time at the end, we could do questions and answers. I'm gonna go over not the full launch because everyone knows you need to optimize listing, you need great images, but a lot of people, they have a great listing, they have great images and nothing happens. It just doesn't sell. So I wanna go through the steps. So first of all, everything has to come together. When I first started on Amazon 12 years ago, I had a legging listing, a shoe listing, and like the images sucked and it sold amazing. I made a lot of money from it and it's not like it is today. Today you need perfect images, you need a perfect optimized listing, you need to launch it correctly, you need to look at the organic ranking, you need to look at the PPC, you need to make sure your reviews, everything has to be checked off. So everything fits together like a puzzle. The first thing is inventory. So inventory is a huge thing. A lot of times people will complain and when they're launching an item, they'll see that things are ramping up. Sales are increasing week after week and they say we have to slow down the sales. And it's like, that's like the opposite of what you want to do. You never want to slow down the sales. During a rank, you want to just increase it and have it, build the momentum, the snowball effect, domino, whatever you call it. And people, they really just don't prepare properly. A lot of times they'll want to launch 10 different items and they'll bring in like equal amounts of inventory, but if they were launching 5 items with a lot of inventory on each and they had the proper budget and put in the time, they would be able to really maximize it. So there's one thing with like increasing, first of all, like having enough stock for all the increasing sales. And then there's another part of it also. But the thing with the increasing the sales is every week, you first launch, you're getting a lot of sales, you're advertising, you have it at a little price. And then, you don't have reviews yet because you're waiting for Vine. And then, the next week the reviews come in or 2 weeks later, the reviews come in and then it picks up more. And then like you're ranking for a few keywords, Amazon sees that you're, ranking, converting well for these keywords. So then they start to show you for other long tail keywords. And the sales just keep picking up, the momentum keeps picking up. And, when somebody says like, I'm gonna run out of stock, I didn't expect it to sell this well, then it's like a guy's running in a race and he like falls. Like he's losing complete momentum. You could always get back up. You could always, like I've relaunched products before. I've gotten things ranked before that were old, out of the honeymoon period, but it's not the same when you keep the momentum. Another thing is having, I like to split up the inventory. Yeah, I like to split up the inventory. I don't like to send in everything in the beginning. I like to show Amazon that, you're not overstocked when you're launching. And also you have to keep in mind when you first launch, it's gonna be a little bit slower, even though you're maximizing it. It's gonna pick up week after week. And, like just like a story, I launched socks with somebody and they wanted to send in 3,000 units. And I said, started with 300 units and then send in another 1,000 2 weeks later. And then, another 1,000 a couple weeks later, like as it picks up momentum. And they didn't want to do that, but I convinced them. And we enrolled it in Vine. We put it at a low price to make sure we get good reviews. But we started getting all 1-star reviews and like the product was defective. And the guy was pissed off and I was telling him like, this is actually amazing. It's great that you didn't send in 3,000 units now. And you found that your product was defective, everything is there. Like, at least like you could dump the goods somewhere else now, perfect the product, make a, version 2.0 listing and relaunch it. So those are, 2 important parts about inventory. During the launch, the sales need to be high. Like I said before, it really spikes after you have the reviews and, after the Amazon sees you converting on words and then they just, you're converting on men's shoes and then all of a sudden they see, okay, you're converting on men's shoes well. Now we're gonna test them out for men's shoes for running, men's running shoes. And then if you convert on that, then they're gonna keep testing you out on more and more words to see where you're converting and where to rank you. So like it says, I like to split the shipment in 2, show Amazon. And another thing also is to show Amazon that you have a good ratio of stock when you first launch. Like I don't want to be overstocked and look like I have too much stock, I'm not selling quick enough. So like I want the perfect balance. It's kind of like if you're, like when you're doing a lightning deal. I don't like to, some people like to set it like, they'll tell you minimum is 10 or 20. Some people like to set it at like 100 for each SKU in the parent. But that's not good. I like to set it at 10, whatever the minimum is, leave it, let it, let them see that the conversion, that it's selling through, it has a good sell-through rate, 80% claimed, and then add a little bit more. And it's 2 reasons that helps. First of all, it's Amazon's algorithm sees that, they can't get enough of it, like whatever you're putting available is flying through. And then also the customers, the customers see like, oh, this is 80% claimed, they're gonna wanna buy it. It just increases the conversion rate, as opposed to if somebody's looking at your deal and they see 0% claimed, ends in a few hours, or 4% claimed, like it sucks. So Pricing is like very important. You have to be very aggressively priced on Amazon, especially during the launch. You're not supposed to try to make money in the beginning. You're supposed to try to rank for as many keywords as possible. I like to go at a low price, something that's just gonna make them wanna buy it no matter what. Like they have to feel like, wow, I'm an idiot if I don't buy this product because it's so well priced. Because keep in mind, you don't have the reviews yet. You don't have that, so like you need to get them. And then also with the ads, you don't have reviews either, and like you want to be able to advertise. So if you don't have the reviews and you're advertising, and Amazon's seeing that you're not converting well on all these words, then they're seeing like negative things about your listing. Like they're not like they want to see every keyword is converting. If you show them that every single keyword is converting well, they're gonna start to show you organically, and everything's gonna really come together. And then also another thing, people like to increase the price very quickly. You should never do that. You have to increase the price a little bit. You have to look at the sales and make sure that the organic rank is sticking. You have to make sure that you want the sales to continue increasing as you're raising the price. Like obviously towards the end, maybe you'll see a little bit of hesitation with the sales, but like in the beginning, you want to keep building up the momentum. So you need to tweak it in very little price raises. The PPC, two ways. First of all, I've done a lot of listings on Amazon with no PPC until we got reviews. And some people are like, it kills the honeymoon period. We want to start advertising from day one. It didn't kill the honeymoon period. We ranked amazingly. We didn't start advertising for 3 weeks. It was fine. It really depends on the product. It depends on how cheap you're going. If you're going to be like insanely cheap, that no matter what, they're going to want to buy it, advertise, But if for some reason you have a certain product that's going to need some reviews, I would say hold off. Don't advertise yet. You don't want to show Amazon that you're advertising on this word and they're seeing clicks and they're not seeing sales. They're looking at it from day one. And Amazon's not stupid. They could tell, this guy's not advertising yet. But now they see, as soon as he started advertising and showing this listing to the customers for this word, now they're buying it. Like they know you didn't advertise it yet. So that's another thing. PPC, I like to focus on the high converting keywords. I like auto campaigns. A lot of people don't like auto campaigns. I don't know why. Auto campaigns usually do very, very well if your listing is optimized right. Don't be cheap with the ads. If it's selling out, keep raising it. Have a very, very big budget. That's another reason why people want to launch like 20 items at once, but like their budget doesn't support that. Like, it's better that they launch 5 items at once and they just use the same budget that they had and just really put it all on those listings, make it very, very strong. Okay, reviews. So when I first started, it was a long time ago, I used to leave my own reviews on my own product from my buyer account, and they stuck, and it was like amazing. It's like, whenever I launched a new item, I was like, I'm gonna obviously leave myself a review. It's a new item, and they all stuck. It was great. And then after that, you couldn't really do that anymore. But then there was like an amazing tool, AMZ Tracker, where you would just put like coupon codes in, like just make 100 coupon codes, just give it away to everybody, and they would leave you reviews. And they were verified reviews. It was awesome. You could kickstart listings so strong. And then they said, you can still do it, but you have to put a disclaimer. We received this review. We received a discount on this product in exchange for an honest review. Okay. And then they said, you're not allowed to give discounts. You're not allowed to give people discounts on products to get a review. And I was like, this was years ago. And I'm thinking like, wow, I don't know how I'm going to ever launch a new product. Like Amazon's over. Like there's no way we can get product. But like the truth is we have the Vine program, which is unbelievable. A lot of people don't like Vine. I love Vine. I like to enroll very, very cheap so that, because even though the Vine reviewer is reviewing the product for, they're getting it for free, but they're still giving the review based on the value that the person that's shopping is getting. So like I launched a headphone at $25 and got like all 4-star reviews, and 4-star reviews, we don't want that. And then we relaunched it like a version 2.0, and we put it at $10 and it just got all 5-star reviews. And then we start increasing the price. Like it all goes together. I don't like buying reviews. I've been doing it for so long. I've seen, like my mentors gotten kicked off. People that did over 100 million a year get kicked off. Amazon, they don't give a shit. If your spot gets taken off, it's not like less people are searching for your product. The same amount of people are searching. It's just that the guy underneath you goes up. So like they don't care. They do not care. They're not losing business. So yeah, I love, and the truth is with reviews, it's really very, very risky in my opinion, because you're buying reviews from somebody and they might stick, but then what happens is it doesn't happen automatically, but like once Amazon's bots do like a, a sweep of the site, they'll see, oh, this guy, bought reviews, they freeze the account, they freeze the funds. All of a sudden you have hundreds of thousands of dollars frozen in the balance and you have millions of dollars in inventory, and they say, if you want your account back, give us, apologize, say you're not going to do it again, and give us a list of the reviews. And like, you're an idiot if you don't give them a list of the reviews and say you're sorry and you're not going to do it again. So like, you want your money, you want your account back. You're not going to fight with them. They're not stupid. They caught you. So like, you admit guilt. I'm sorry. I'm never going to do it again. Here's what I did. And now they see all these reviewers. What else did they review? And it's like somebody's wearing a wire. It's just like it's not a good thing. And with Vine these days, there's a lot of ways people play around with it with different SKUs, launching multiple SKUs and then combining. And there's just a lot of things you could do that are much, much safer than buying reviews. So that's my take on reviews. Negative reviews are horrible. You get one bad review, a 1-star review, you need like 10 good ones to fix it. It's like the worst thing, and especially if you get it during a launch, it's like the launch is gone. Like it's the worst thing in the world. So what I like to do is I like insert cards, not asking for positive reviews, but just offering support to the customer. Hey, if there's any problem, please reach out. Scan this QR code, it'll send us an email and just take care of them. Like when you buy a regular product, it has that also. Just like, here's our support number, here's our support line. It's been amazing. I could show you listings. I didn't put it over here, but like I have listings that I've done it where if you look at all the reviews, it's like, seller was amazing to work with. I ordered the wrong size and the seller took care of me. Customer service is amazing. Like all those, like there's maybe 20 reviews, 5-star reviews on the listing, and they all would have been 1-star reviews. They were angry customers, and we koshered it. We just made it like, we made them so happy that they left us 5-star reviews. So I'm a big believer in that. Customer service. I like to, very strange, I like to collect insert cards that I like. If I see like certain things, I just save them. Just like, the guy puts it on his box. In the middle over here, the white one is Real Essentials. That's, huge. Zule Kitchen. I don't know, you just see people's insert cards, you get ideas. If there's any problems, reach out. And then when they reach out, just take care of them. If they're going to reach out to Amazon, they're going to get a refund. They're going to leave you a bad review. Amazon's going to see you get a ding on it's a no-brainer to, I don't recommend asking for reviews on a card, but prevent bad reviews. It's so strong. And you have Vine to get a lot of good reviews. You have an insert card to prevent bad reviews. Like there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to maintain a good review average if you have a normal product that's not defective. I also like to use ChatGPT. You have the terms of service over here. If anyone wants, I'll give them like the prompts and everything. But basically, like just upload all the terms of service, the reasons that Amazon would say a review is eligible for removal onto ChatGPT, and download a list of all your reviews. Upload all the reviews, and you'll find things like if people cursed, if people compared it to another product. Like I've done it and I've gotten reviews removed. I've had my VAs go through, they make a spreadsheet. Oh, this one didn't get removed, these two got removed, and just things get removed.
But not many probably, yeah.
What happened?
Not many probably, yeah.
It's not as bad as it depends on what they're saying. If they're just saying the product is not good, I didn't like. But if they're saying, the package, something with the delivery, or if they're saying this guy's product is much better, or if they say, I've seen this a lot, this is a crappy product, like you can't say that. That's profanity. That'll get removed. Crappy, you can't say that. So you could just look at all the different things. There's a lot of things. It's worth it. All these things help. Getting the good reviews from Vine, preventing bad reviews with the card, seeing past bad reviews that you have and trying to get rid of whatever you can get rid of it helps. It helps because, like we said, one bad review, you need multiple good reviews to fix. So it's worth it. And then I just put some random product launches over here, just like organic units going up every month, and I didn't, organic units 362, 478, 728. The PPC sales are all, like the PPC cost is also going up, you could see. The ACOS is going down. Just focusing on the right, the way that I like to do PPC is looking really at the conversion rates and seeing what's working and what's not. And you have to track the organic rank. If you're not tracking the organic rank, you could be losing money on the term, but if the organic rank is improving, then it's worth it. If you're seeing you were in the 40th spot, now you're in the 30th spot, it's an investment. Was I quick? I don't know. Was I quick? Was I slow?
I got one question.
Yeah, when you do your PPC launches, we do them, we do exact match only campaigns for the first 3 weeks. I want to teach the algorithm which keywords are applicable to my listing. because I'm scared of auto campaigns. I don't want the algorithm to just pick random stuff up. And then after the first 3 weeks, we can kind of tie those in. We know we're ranking for those keywords. We'll open up a phrase and a broad on those, look for the long tails, and then add them to exact match. So that's and then we'll add auto campaigns second month. That's been working for us. How do you do the same thing, or you have something different that you're doing in PPC?
So I do both. I love auto campaigns. I'm biased, and like it doesn't mean one way is right and one way is wrong. You know, everyone has a different way to cook a steak or whatever it is. You know, like it's just I love auto campaigns, and when I'm building my listing, I'm like I don't even discuss like listing optimization and things like that, but I'm feeding in a lot of long tail keywords, a lot of misspellings, filling out the bullets, filling out the description, even like the model number I fill out, like because if you're searching like a model number of like a computer, it'll pop up and things like that, and like I believe everything in the back end helps with the ranking. So like I'll not like fake model numbers, but red sneaker, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like to fill out everything. The auto campaigns work very well for me, and I split up. I break up the auto campaigns, and I also do exact match. And when I'm doing exact match, I'm just careful on like which keywords I can convert on, because it depends. Like, am I cheap enough that I'm going to make sure that I'm going to get sales? Because like a lot of times the highest search volume word I might not be able to convert on right now, in the beginning at least, but maybe like a much longer tail term I will be able to convert on, and I just want to show Amazon that I'm converting on words, and then I just let everything fall together.
Great, thank you.
Building on that, how do you think about tacos and ACOS during launch? Because yours were quite low.
So it depends. So it depends on the person. The ACOS I don't really care so much about. Like I think a healthy level of the ACOS is about in the 30s. Tacos, you don't want your tacos to be too low. It might have been that was a very low taco. Sometimes I'm working with people that they just want it very, very super low, or sometimes they even want to shut off ads completely. So it's like we just find a way to work around whatever they need. But tacos, I like to be around 10%, 10, 12, 13%. Huh?
During launch.
Oh, during the launch or?
Stabilized versus launch.
No, probably like 30.
To be honest, when I see 10%, that means you're doing giveaways, because that's where the tacos is low. But I mean, during launch, it should be at least, I don't know, 30, 40%.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? What did I say, 30? So usually I'm around 30%, but no, but it depends on the keywords. It depends on what you're converting for and how strong
I mean, of course,
you get it ranked.
The product does really well, and that's something else.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, you're launching at an aggressive price. You're launching at a very cheap price. You're cheaper than everyone. You're cheaper than all the. No, but I'm saying you're
Higher the tacos.
No, but I'm saying you're converting so well. So like the best sellers, you're converting better than the best sellers. You know what I mean? Clicks compared to conversions, like you're doing insane, and they're just shooting you up. So so that's what works for me. Everyone has their own strategy.
Thank you. We're going to take other questions.